Hi guys, we're gonna do this fun spray of pine cones into a wreath today. And I'm going to put this to the side and show you what we're gonna do. And I also have this, my double loader loaded, and the double loader on my website, I just want you to know that it has a foam in here so you can dampen this, put it here, put the lid on and line up the notches, pop it on here. And this paint, if you don't use it all, I always have plates of paint that I end up tossing away because I didn't use it all. So what I'm sharing with you is going to help save you money, and you're going to be able to um, have your paint last longer. And if you're in the middle of a class with me, guys, I'm trying to get another dauber. When you're in the middle of a class with me, the good thing is that you can stop if you have to and come back and still have wet paint ready to go. All right, so I kind of penciled in just a circle. All right, and I'm gonna dampen my brush. This is a 5/8 angle, and my signature brushes with the lavender. And a 5/8 in this brush is a little bit different than a 5/8 in some of my other brushes. If you have A to Z kit, if you bought that A to Z Learn to Paint kit for flowers, 50 flowers, that has 5 amazing brushes, and that brush is a really good brush like this one. My green handle brushes come in 3 sizes of angle brushes. All right, so you're going to get from a really large angle brush to a medium and a small. And that's kind of like the best deal if you don't have the big kit of brushes, okay? So I want you to see that when we're using this, we have a toe and a heel. So I am pulling around and I am using the toe to get a thin, branchy vine, okay? So this is like a grapevine wreath. And what I want you to know, I'm going to get a little bit of medium and work that in so it goes smoother. This art paper, this was thin paper and it wrinkles up. This is a really heavy cardstock. It's a hundred media board, and this is 184 pound. 184 pounds. Yeah, and I love it because it's so beautiful. It frames, and you can mat it and just give it to somebody in a matting because it's just a piece of art. Now think about doing this on greeting cards. And this is a multimedia, multi-surface paint by Plaid, the paint company. So it's Folk Art Multi-Surface. It's my go-to paint for everything because I can squeeze out this palette and I can use it indoor, outdoor because it's got a sealer in it. And what happens is that this paint will do amazing things for you because you can go from a glass jar right over to a wine glass and make this little wreath around the wine glass. And you can paint on clay pots, on glass, metal, mirrors, ceramic, and even some hard plastics. Okay, so we're going to come around like that first, and that's just going to give you your bases. So then I'm going to come in here and use the burnt umber with a 12 flat, and I'm going to put a couple pine cones in here. All right, just like I did these pine cones. And I used treasure gold on those pine cones. And all the stuff I like to use, I carry it on my website. All right, so I'm going to come here and have one coming down here. And that one's going up that way. And let's just do a couple. Let's do it at the top. And we'll put some ribbon up there. I'm just showing you this can be a spray. You can do it larger, smaller. You can do that around a glass. So just think about that. So I'm going to put a few pine cones there. I'm going to show you that I'm going to pick up my ribbon color, which is the apple red. And I'm going to streak that through white. I have some white over here on the side. And I want you to see that I can come up, streak it here, come up, Now I like to go in between this and loop it in between and come up. Still gonna come up with some white. All right. Now I'm gonna come in here and show you how cute. Think about this on a greeting card. All you do is use smaller brushes of exactly what I'm showing you right now. All right. And that was the script liner. I'd still use that script liner. Now look what happens. I'm going to get the burnt umber on this. I could use a 10. Let me see if I can find a 10 here really quick, because these are smaller pine cones, all right? So instead of a 12, I'm going to use a 10. And I'm going to use this treasure gold. What I can do is I can move it over here because I got a lot of it. Okay, let's put it right on here so I don't waste all that paint. All right, so I'm going to come right here and pick up treasure gold. And now look what's going to happen. I'm going to do one, two, three. I can do that to all of these. And I like to put these on a Yule log too. I'm doing another Yule log on our One Stroke Advantage membership coming up here. And I want you to see that I take people who are absolute beginners, and even in an hour of practicing a couple of strokes, like in the A to Z flowers, I have worksheets in there and you just practice on those. I can take you and just a few strokes, I mean, an hour of practicing a few strokes, you can paint something you cannot believe that you've done. Like if you can just get these pine cones down and put a few little pine needles around it, you will be, I keep doing this upside down because it's easier to see. See, I need the brown to be in there. And I side stroke a little bit of gold. And I'm going to come here, over here. And I keep going brown, burnt umber, and treasure gold. I'm getting bigger. See, I walk it across. On this side, I come over. On this side, I come over. And I get a little bit bigger as I go, but there are long, skinny pine cones, so you guys pick out what kind of pine cones you want to be on yours. All right, so I'm getting some more burnt umber. And now watch this. Left, I mean right, left. All right, and I'm leaning. Now this can be, I've done a lot of these with white tips because then it looks like they're snow capped. All right, so 1, 2, 3. So this is practice strokes. And what I do is I fix it right here so that if you wanted to start and learn this technique, one stroke technique with me, I teach you how to load. You can go and say loading a 12 flat, loading a scruffy brush. I teach you how to load every single one of the brushes and my 10 most used brushes. And then I show you how to load and work with everything in my 13 brush signature brushes, those lavender ones. And that way I teach you how to load the double loader, how do you use it, how to double load, how to use each medium. Everything to do is one stroke painting I teach you and that practice strokes. And then I do a relaxing paint for you that are just starting or want something really relaxing to do. I have that for you too, and that's every Wednesday. So every Friday I put on another lesson so you can get perfect, get really good at one stroke painting. Or if there's a brush you're like, I never do scruffy brushes nice. I want you to know I have it all there for you. And all the things that people might be struggling with, I put it there so you can learn how not to have muddy strokes, how to paint on glass, how to do fabric painting, how to use metallics and different paints that I like to use. Okay, how to work with a script liner. This is a 2 script liner. There you go. And I also sign with this. So look, I'm coming down. And so I want you to use even smaller brushes than this and make this in a greeting card even. All right. So I like to get mat boards and paint on those and just put a little, hang it by a little ribbon and give that as a gift, or hang it on your tree as an ornament. All right, so here's the pine needles. I'm going to use the angle brush. Let's go back to that. All right, so I've got thicket and citrus. All right, and we're going to work it in. So you split the brush here, and you come over here and you work it in flat. And then you go into your medium. This medium is what we use instead of water. So it's floating medium, okay? And I have it in 2 ounce and I have it in 8 ounce because we use it all the time. See, that's what's in there. All right, so I'm going to come right here and let's get a little bit of white and work it in so it's brighter on this black. There we go. So we're going to pick up all this color. We're going to come right here. I'm going to still pick up white again because look, it's going to show better on those pine cones. All right. Now then, if I feel like, I need some dark in there, look, I can come right back with some darker green. All right, so see the thicket in there? Now, now this is pine needles. You have to come back and let me teach you how to do some evergreen next because I like white caps on the evergreen too. Okay. So look, I'm just flipping this brush. All right. We're going to come around here, have a little bit up here. So I'm getting citrus and thicket. All right, now I can still come down further. Okay, now what I told you before, you can come in here and add some dark. And you can come back and get a little bit of white, a little bit more white. And then I can bring this, come on, there we go. Now see how much paint I've got left? I can paint a few. I encourage you to use your leftover paint. We just had a little challenge on my Facebook group, and everybody took a picture of their palette that they didn't use all the paint, leftover paints, and they then painted, took a picture of the palette, then painted and shared it, and I had 12 winners who participated and got something, and then a grand winner. So it was really fun. All right. So see that's all pretty quick and easy little strokes. And then I can take, this was a bigger dauber. You get 5 daubers in a package. You get 2 of the big ones and this little one. You get 3 of these. All right. And I use them all the time. My problem is I leave them in my water sometimes and they are better if I don't. Okay, so I can dot, 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 put some berries in there. Just that easy, or I can double load these. All right, so we have a couple up here. Then I can have 2 down here. 1, 2, and another one. 1, 2. Now think about painting this really small on a glass ornament. And especially those flat ornaments that look so good because you can flat glass. They're kind of bubbly looking. All right, so look, I'm going to twist, twist, twist. I'm going to get white on the edge and twist. Now, if you let this paint dry in this double loader, all you have to do when this is all dried up, I put it in the sink and run water to here, and not even 10 minutes later, it all pops off the canvas, off the double. That is ugly. I've got a little trick for you. I can take a wet, clean brush and I can scoop this off because you know what happens is that this on, especially on paper, look how you won't mess up what's underneath because it's acrylic and it dries right up and it's got a sealer in it. So it's great. So I am going to come right in here and put one, two, three. And then I'm going to take a little bit of white. Oops. Twist it, twist it, twist it. So I teach you all kinds of tricks of the one stroke technique. All right. So you will have more success. Okay. I'm just going to twist it with the white on the same side. Okay. And with this metallic, when the light hits it, it really makes a beautiful piece. This treasure gold that plaid the paint company makes for us, it used to be solvent based. Now it's a water base and it holds up on glassware, on all kinds of things. It's so wonderful. So I hope you like that. Here's a couple options. You can paint it and have it as a border, and you can have it as a wreath and more. So, and I do these borders right around a t-shirt, around the neckline on a sweatshirt, and you can take it all the way around, and it's really pretty when it's all done. Thanks for being on. Oh, I was going to show you that I'm going to come in my treasure gold right here with a wet toothbrush, and I'm just going to splatter, and it can be white or gold. All right, so you take it and you lay it down and you pull it towards you. Okay, and there you are. And that just finishes it off. I mostly did that because I used to get little spots on the t-shirts when I painted. And so I just said, oh, I'm splattering it when I'm done. All right. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.